Good morning, everyone present here. As we celebrate the 25th Silver Jubilee year of Dr. B.C. Roy Engineering College, Durgapur, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all, our esteemed dignitaries, respected guests, revered colleagues, and beloved students, to this auspicious opening ceremony of the training program under the Finishing School program on 3D printing and additive manufacturing technology, specially designed for the engineering students of West Bengal and Bihar. This initiative is funded by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, MeitY, Government of India, and implemented by C.Tech Kolkata in association with Maulana Abul Kalam Azad University of Technology, Makout, West Bengal. We are delighted to host this significant program at the prestigious Dr. B.C. Roy Engineering College, Durgapur. Today, we are standing at the intersection of innovation and opportunity. 3D printing and additive manufacturing are just not buzzwords. They represent a transformative wave across industries, from aerospace to healthcare, automotive to consumer goods. This training program is a remarkable step towards preparing our young engineering minds to ride that wave and lead it. The Finishing School program is more than just a technical training. It's a platform that bridges the gap between academic learning and industry expectations. Through this initiative, students will gain hands-on exposure to cutting-edge technology, industry-relevant skills, and the confidence to apply their knowledge in the real-world setting. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to MeitY for this generous support, to C.Tech Kolkata for their unwavering dedication in implementation, and to Makout for their continued collaboration. A special word of gratitude to Dr. B.C. Roy Engineering College and AICTE Idea Lab, BCREC, for providing an unwavering and institutional support to make this program a success. Let us now commence this auspicious event by invoking the blessings of knowledge, wisdom, and progress through the watering of the plant ceremony. May I request our esteemed dignitaries and esteemed society members seated in the front row of this auditorium to kindly come forward and mark the beginning of this auspicious journey by watering the plant. So please. The plant is being watered. May I request our esteemed audience to kindly give a round of applause. It's an auspicious journey which is about to start in a while from now. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, sir. Thank you, audience. With this, may I now have the honor and proud privilege of inviting and welcoming our esteemed dignitaries to ornate the days with their kind presence. May I welcome Professor Dr. Shoikat Moitro, Chief Advisor, Dr. B.C. Roy Society, Durgapur. Sir, please. Sir, please come. Sir, please. Sir, আপনি বলবেন না? আপনি বসবেন না, আপনি বলবেন না। এখন কি করব? বলবো। এখন স্যার আপনি বসবেন। আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে। May I also invite Dr. Partha Pratim Lahiri, Registrar, Makout, West Bengal. Sir, please. May I invite Sri Ashit Kumar Singh, Chief Investigator, Project, C.Tech, Kolkata. Sir, please. May I also invite Professor Dr. Nobarun Bhattacharya, Director, School of Information Science and Technology, Makout, West Bengal. Sir. May I also invite Professor Dr. Sanjay S. Pawar, Principal, Dr. B.C. Roy Engineering College, Durgapur. Sir, please. We are truly honored by your gracious presence here today. May I now have the proud privilege of inviting our Chief Advisor, Sir, Professor Dr. Shoikot Moitro, to welcome Sri Ashit Kumar Singh, Chief Investigator, Project, C.Tech, Kolkata, with a flower bouquet and an uttorio. Ladies and gentlemen, we expect a round of applause from you all. Thank you, sir. May I now request and invite Professor Dr. Sanjay S. Pawar, Principal, Dr. B.C. Roy Engineering College, Durgapur, to welcome Dr. Parthu Pratim Lahiri, Registrar, Makout, West Bengal, with a flower bouquet and an uttorio. Thank you, sir. May I also request, sir, once again, to welcome and felicitate Professor Dr. Nobarun Bhattacharya, Director, School of Information Science and Technology, Makout, West Bengal, with a flower bouquet and an uttorio. Thank you, sir. Thank you, audience. To formally welcome our guests and to introduce the essence of today's event, may I now invite Professor Dr. Sanjay S. Pawar, Principal, Dr. B.C. Roy Engineering College, Durgapur, to deliver his keynote address. Sir, please.
Good morning, all of you. Our Chief Advisor, Sir, Professor Saikat Mitra, Registrar, Sir of Makout, Professor Partha Sir Lahiri, Head of Director, School of Information Science and Technology, Professor Nobarun Bhattacharya, Sir, Project in charge of C.Tech, Mr. Hasik Singh, General Secretary, Sir, Treasurer, Sir, officials of C.Tech, Head of the Department, faculty members, students. It's really a great honor and privilege for us to have the inaugural session of 3D printing in advanced manufacturing finishing school. When we think of this technology, which is an emerging, we always look into the market scenarios, which I have been repeatedly looking into. When we consider today, probably the world market for 3D printing and additive manufacturing is approximately 17 billion. In India, will be reaching around 800 million or maybe $1 billion. But again, government has taken an initiative to skill the engineering students, to bring into the new technologies into this domain, explore the possibilities of new product into this area, depending upon various applications domain. It might be the defense, it might be an education sector, it might be a gift sector, or most important thing is the medical sector. Here is a huge opportunity for us at BCREC to invest our thought process, intellectuals and skills into this area. Couple of days before, we received the message from advisor sir saying that we need to have excellence or center of excellence in various technologies. We have added some of them from the AI point of view, manufacturing point of view. This also could be one of the thing, excellence, center of excellence in 3D printing, where the students and faculties from all domain, either it's a civil engineering, or it's a mechanical engineering, or electronics engineering, or computer science from the design point of view. In fact, some of our faculties, the students are working into the 3D printing from the research point of view also. As I have been attending these meetings and waiting for this day to come, and the major mandate for this 3D printing and additive manufacturing school is from the research and development and professional activities point of view. So, I being a principal here, I can assure you all people that we will carry forward the thought process, whatever the plans is there from the Ministry of Information Technology, Electronics and Information Technology, and CDAC. And I'll assure that already our team has reached a basic brief level, first level into some hands-on on the 3D printing. We already have some of the experts here which are working, and utilize this to reach to the higher level, and in case if required we can groom other centers also so that they are also reaching to their professional level. I welcome all the guests here, and I thank all the members, or specifically from Macaut officials considering Dr. B.C. Roy Engineering College here, CDAC for initiating this institute or considering this institute, and having a belief in us that we will ensure to carry forward those activities what they have thought. And I'm sure with this, and on behalf of my staff members and faculty members, we will do whatever the mandate is there and ensure that the training, the R&D activities and the professional activities in this area will be there to contribute to the thought process of this one and so on. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your encouraging words and for setting the tone of today's proceedings. We are now privileged to hear from Sri Tarun Bhattacharya, General Secretary of Dr. B.C. Roy Society, Durgapur, whose vision continues to drive the institutional excellence. Sir, may I now invite you to kindly address the gathering. Sir, please.
Good morning. Welcome all of you, especially in Manch, Mr. Asit Kumar Singh. He is in charge of CDAC project. Our beloved Registrar Sir Macaut, Dr. Lahiri, and Dr. Namarun Bhattacharya, our beloved Chief Advisor of the B.C. Roy Society, and our Principal, Dr. Sanjay S. Pawar. Actually, I am not fit for this program. I am not a technical person. My anchor told me to come here. That's why I very small speech to deliver to you. Actually, we have started Idea Lab 3 years back and successfully run the Idea Lab. Many students from different area, different schools, different colleges are learned here, and we are successfully run the program. That program was AICT and B.C. Roy joint program, 50-50. It is completed, successfully completed. Right now, we are lucky to, you are selected our college, run the C.Tech guided 3D printing and other specific area. I proud that our West Bengal, we are only 4 who are selected the state. We are 4 number of college in West Bengal. And I think Bihar and elsewhere is another 3. So it is our heartily welcome and heartily we are congratulate to our dignitaries that you are suggest and you are applies to our college this type of program, and definitely we are try to success this program, and we will prove that those who are selected us, we are prove that we are eligible for this, and I think we are success this program because right now we are in upper tier. बाकी जो है सब ग्राउंड फ्लोर में है. So I think our college will definitely success, and C.Tech and Ministry of Electronics and Communication, they are suggest our college, and I think we are definitely do this job successfully, and I thank all of you, and I make sure from society that it will our task from today to success the remaining journey and successfully start today, and will remaining 5 years we are try to good service from society for society. Already 50 students are registered, and they are also engaged this work, and our principal sir already told that it is a make through for maximum level of 3D printing and another work. Thank you all of you. Thank you everybody.
Thank you very much, sir, for your inspiring words and for outlining the broader vision of today's initiative. To provide us with a brief and insightful overview of the finishing school program and its significance today in the tech-driven era, may I now invite Sri Ashit Kumar Singh, Chief Investigator, Project C.Tech, Kolkata, to deliver his insightful address. Sir.
Good afternoon, respected Chief Advisor Professor Saikat Mitro sir, Dr. Parthopratim Lahiri Registrar sir, and our beloved Dr. Navarun Bhattacharya sir and Pawar sir, and our faculty members, their students, and my colleagues. Today is the launching of training program under the finishing school program on 3D printing and additive manufacturing technology project. This project is funded by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India, and implemented by Center for Development of Advanced Computing, C.Tech, Kolkata Center. in association with, in West Bengal, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad University and 3 more institutes, B.C. Rai Engineering College, Kolaghat Engineering College and Siliguri Engineering, Siliguri Institute of Engineering. Thank to MITI, that means Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, for approving this project in West Bengal and Bihar. And also thanks to Macaut for their extended support. Actually, I am not longer with my bhashan because big think tankers here, Moitro sir and Navarun sir, because Navarun sir own identity is also because he is our ex-boss, SEDAC director, former SEDAC director. So, because I am always with you, within 5 years, maybe more than 5 years, engaging with another projects, another initiatives. So, but this program is designed for engineers, create design, prototype in 3D technologies and real world problem solving. These are the main motto, and you learn about it, not only bring your developed skilling. We want become a entrepreneur, innovators, leader in growing India in digital manufacturing sector. Already Power sir described in details, and hope you will success. And my and our expectation from SEDAC side, your dedication with this program, hope we get fully. And I thank you Sri Torun Bhattacharya, because he is a administrator, general secretary from B.C. Rai Engineering, and he is already assured all type of support. So thank you, and thank you all. Okay.
Thank you, sir, for sharing with us the goal, structure, and the impact of this significant training initiative. Next, we'll be honored to hear from Professor Dr. Nabarun Bhattacharya, Director of School of Information Science and Technology, Macaut, West Bengal. He will be enlightening us about the importance of establishing a dedicated 3D printing school. Sir, please.
Good afternoon to all the dignitaries on the dais and beloved students and other very important stakeholders in this project on the audience side. Actually, all of us know that industrial revolutions 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, actually industry revolution 3.0 was centering on subtractive manufacturing. You know, this milling machine, lathe machines, you have a metal piece and you subtract, you remove some materials from various places and try to arrive at some shape. And that is subtractive manufacturing. And today we have entered the era of industry 4.0 and it's going to 5.0 also. And 4.0 focus is that process and product should talk to each other so that productivity, efficiency, quality, energy saving and cost is all, everything should be favorable for a product. That is the basic philosophy of Industry 4.0, and 3D printing and additive manufacturing is an important vertical in the manufacturing technology. Now, in 3D printing, what happens, instead of having a big piece and remove some materials to make a target component or product, here you start with the engineering drawing. Whatever I want, let me make an engineering drawing and feed to the machines. And there, manufacturing takes place in an additive manner, layer by layer manufacturing based on the design. And the product that you are trying to manufacture and the design you fed, that will be continuously cross-checked with each other so that quality, dimensions, and the desired product really comes out meaningfully, effectively. So we are very proud to be associated with this project where exactly this kind of manufacturing setup has been set up in a large scale in B.C. Roy Engineering College. This is actually an opportunity. This is actually an opportunity for the students, because our experience, we have always seen that students are more intelligent than teachers. Many people may not agree with me, but my experience says that. And I am sure once the students are exposed to such new technologies, their innovations, their creativity will really get unleashed. And the real fruits, because today what has been done by opening of this training program, we have planted a big tree on a very fertile ground, because this is a very fertile ground of intellect. And a big tree has been planted, that is a lab, infrastructure, human resources, software, hardware, everything. Now the fruits have to come. And fruits are the innovation of students, entrepreneurship of students, and the careers of the students. Because by innovating, by having an entrepreneurial mindset, you will have a very bright career in this special field of technology. And please know that these days there are no stone walls between one technology and other. Previously, in our times, there used to be physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, and I used to say I am a biology expert. Somebody used to say I am a mechanical engineer. But these days, all stone walls have become very brittle by onset of IT and related technologies, emerging technologies. And now all walls are breaking. Everything is becoming multidisciplinary, and 3D printing is a technology which brings into mechatronics, mechanical engineering, electronics, then computer science, programming, software, hardware, everything. And on top of it, you can add artificial intelligence and machine learning techniques also. So this is an ideal skill building infrastructure that has come up here, which I am sure will help all the students and the teachers also for this particular institute. So I wish all the best for this opening of this new program. One word of caution, that I told a tree has been built on a very fertile ground. Now, you should really water the tree properly, maintain the tempo, and rise to the expectations of the authorities who has given you this project. And it all depends, taking it forward in the right and appropriate fashion to really meet the expectations of the stakeholders. The teachers, the employees, and the students all should work together and converge their efforts to real fulfillment of the objectives of this project. And I am sure you will be able to do it. Thank you very much for the time.
Thank you, sir, for explaining how 3D printing is not just a tool, but a gateway to innovation across disciplines. MacOut has played a pivotal role in shaping this initiative. May I now invite Dr. Partha Pratim Lahiri, Registrar of MacOut West Bengal, to share the university's role and vision in this collaborative project. So please.
Good morning to all, respected dignitaries on the dais, Professor Moitro, Dr. Bhattacharya, Principal Saheb Power, Dr. Professor Power, Sri Ashit Kumar Singh from CDAC, my colleague. Obviously, the dignitaries of the dais, particularly the who's who of the BC Rai society who are sitting over here, respected faculty members, the most important stakeholders for any kind of educational institution of this BC Rai College, dear students, and obviously if anybody from there, from media person, I don't know whether they are here or not. So very good morning to all. First of all, as Torun Babu was saying, that they got this project. Basically, we tried to see যে আমরা বাংলায় যেটাকে বলি না বাড়ির বড় ছেলে, তা আমরা তিনটে রিজিয়নে দেখার চেষ্টা করেছি কারা বাড়ির বড় ছেলে। তো বাড়ির বড় ছেলেদের দায়িত্ব অনেক, সো আপনাদের কিন্তু এটা দায়িত্ব। It's a load on you, burden on you, kind of burden on you, so take it like this. Now, this is now days where there is a shift in all kind of technology, qualitative shift. So as we know, as you can see over here, my picture, a 3D picture is taken on 2D. So whenever a 3D picture is taken on 2D, one dimension is lost. So as one dimension is lost, we lose many of the attributes of that particular picture or figure. So by means of 3D, we get a replica of that original version so that it can be understood better. আমি আমার এক বন্ধু ছোটোবেলা থেকে অভিনয় করে সিনেমা টিনেমা করে, তোকে জিজ্ঞেস করেছিলাম যে এত রোগা হতে হয় কেন। ও বলেছিল যে রোগা হতে হয় এই জন্যেই কারণ যখন 3D ছবি ক্যামেরা দিয়ে নিয়ে স্ক্রিনে পড়ে তো ওটা তো 2D, ওখানে একটা 20% এনলার্জমেন্ট হয়। তো তুই যদি অলরেডি একটু মোটা মোটা হোস তাহলে 20% এনলার্জমেন্ট তোকে মোটাই লাগবে, অতএব তোকে রোগা হতে হবে। এই জন্য এত রোগা হতে হয়। সিনেমা যারা করেন তারা এই জন্য এত মানে ফিটনেস ফ্রিক এবং তার স্বাস্থ্য নিয়ে এত কনসার্ন। তো সেটাই আর কি, মানে if one dimension is lost, we lose many of the attributes. তো যেটা বলছিলেন নবারুণদা, as Dr. Bhattacharya was saying, 3D printing and additive manufacturing, as we find it, is cause and effect. একটা কজ আর একটা তার এফেক্ট। অ্যাডিটিভ ম্যানুফ্যাকচারিং তাতে হেল্প করছে। আসলে আমরা ছোটোবেলা থেকে দেখেছি যে ঠাকুরের মূর্তি তৈরি করা যেটা গড়া হয়, দ্যাট ইজ কাইন্ড অফ 3D প্রিন্টিং বাট মেড বাই হ্যান্ড। আর যেটা পাথর কেটে ভাস্কর্য হয়, যেটা বলছিলেন নবারুণদা, কেটে কেটে বাদ দিয়ে তৈরি করা হয়, কিন্তু এখানে মানুষের হাত লাগে, কিন্তু মেশিনে করতে আজ আমাদের এত বছর সময় লাগলো। My request to the BC Rai College Authority, particularly the principal of this college, I usually met many of the principals from these private colleges, but I found him at least in grade 1 among the principals. So I think মানে উনি আমার মনে হয় উনি কুশলী মানুষ, উনি পারবেন। একটা জিনিস কিন্তু মনে রাখতে হবে যে এই 5 বছরের যে প্রজেক্টটা দেওয়া হয়েছে, এই 5 বছর বাদে কিন্তু আর এই জায়গায় থাকবে না। এই 3D প্রিন্টিং অ্যাডিটিভ ম্যানুফ্যাকচারিং ওর আবার নেক্সট ফেজে চলে যাবে। সো এই টার্গেটটাকে এমনভাবে ফিক্স করতে হবে যাতে এই যে পাওয়া গেছে এটাকে আরও বৃদ্ধি করার চেষ্টা করতে হবে আপনাদেরকে, যাতে আপনারা এর কোয়ালিটিটা মেনটেন করতে পারেন। মানে আপনারা মেনটেন করতে পারলে অবভিয়াসলি দেশের সরকার পয়সা খরচা করছে, সেই খরচাটার প্রপার ইউটিলাইজেশন হবে, সোসাইটির মধ্যে পার্কুলেটেড হবে, এবং অবভিয়াসলি আপনার কলেজ যে বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ের সাথে আছেন সেই বিশ্ববিদ্যালয় এবং স্টেট সবারই সুনাম বৃদ্ধি হবে। তো আমি বেশি কথা আর বলবো না। আমার একটাই, I have only one request, if you can make a very small library for this job only, a few books and if possible 1 or 2 journals, because all boys and girls are not equal. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe they have creative ideas, creative brains that will help them if you can give them adequate infrastructure, particularly books, reading materials, online materials, etc., etc. এই 3D প্রিন্টিং এ স্যারের একটা প্রফেসর মৈত্রের একটা খুব ইন্টারেস্ট ছিল মিউজিয়াম নিয়ে। এই যে মিউজিয়াম, তাতে বিভিন্ন মূর্তি, তাকে রেস্টোরেশন, এই 3D প্রিন্টিংয়ের কিন্তু প্রচণ্ড অ্যাপ্লিকেশন আছে, বিভিন্ন সেক্টরে আছে, সোসাইটির, ইন্ডাস্ট্রিতে তো আছেই, মেডিকেল সায়েন্সেও আছে, এমনি সোশ্যাল সায়েন্সের বিভিন্ন জায়গাতেও কিন্তু প্রচুর অ্যাপ্লিকেশন আছে। অতএব বিভিন্ন সেক্টর থেকে ছেলেমেয়েরা আসবেন। অসিত সিং যেটা বললেন, ফর ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং গ্র্যাজুয়েটস, মেনলি ফর ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং গ্র্যাজুয়েটস, বাট উই হ্যাভ অলসো রিকোয়েস্টেড দেম টু ইনক্লুড boys and girls from science or other interdisciplinary subjects, because আইডিয়া তো বিভিন্ন জায়গা থেকে আসে। কেউ ভালো ড্রয়িং করতে পারেন, আবার ইঞ্জিনিয়ার সে অত ভালো ড্রয়িং করতে পারে না, কিন্তু তিনি টেকনোলজিটা খুব ভালো জানেন। তো দিস ইজ অলসো এ কাইন্ড অফ ইন্টারডিসিপ্লিনারি সাবজেক্ট। তো সেই ফ্লেভারটা যাতে থাকে, সেই জন্য আমরা এমইআইটিকে রিকোয়েস্ট করেছি যে ওইটা যদি একটু অ্যালাউ করেন, কারণ সবারই একটা ইকুয়াল প্ল্যাটফর্ম পাওয়া উচিত, যাতে ভবিষ্যতে তারা বেরিয়ে গেলে একটা অ্যাপেল টু অ্যাপেল কম্প্যারিজনের জায়গা থাকে। বিসি রায় কলেজকে অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ, ওনাদের রিকোয়েস্ট করার সাথে সাথেই ওনারা রাজি হয়েছেন যে হ্যাঁ আমরা এটা করব। সেটা সবচেয়ে বড় কথা, কারণ একটা কলেজের ইনফ্রাস্ট্রাকচার তো অনেকটাই দিতে হয়, লোকজন এনগেজ করতে হয়, নজর রাখতে হয়। সেটা যে করেছেন তার জন্য আপনাদের অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ। আমাকে এখানে আমন্ত্রণ অবশ্য সিডাক জানিয়েছে, আমি এখানে প্রথম আসা নয়, তাও যে আসতে পেরে খুব ভালো লাগে। যাই হোক, সবাইকে অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ জানাচ্ছি। সবার শেষে এমইআইটি, গভর্নমেন্ট অফ ইন্ডিয়া, স্পেশাল থ্যাঙ্কস টু দেম। ইয়েস্টারডে they are the person who are heading all this on behalf of CDAC. They came to our university at Makaut and they praised our initiative to take up this job. So also special thanks to MEIT, Government India, and those personnel who are looking after us, so that also the eastern region gets some impetus out of this advanced technology and its applications. Special thanks is also due to Navarunda, Dr. Navarun Bhattacharya, who has been instrumental to bring this to Makaut, because due to his long career in CDAC as scientist, not only he has connection, he has many ideas with cutting edge technology, which is extremely required for future advancement of the students. So with these few words, I once again thank you all. Namaskar.
One more announcement. This is most important, that I know Government of India already spent more than 3 crores instrument in our college, and they are giving our performance. अगर हम लोग का परफॉर्मेंस अच्छा होता है तो दे आर गिविंग many और instrument and many और money for our institution. Thanks everybody.
Thank you, sir, for sharing this valuable information with us. And thank you, Dr. Lahiri, for underlining MACOUT's academic leadership and support in driving future-focused programs like this. We would now like to invite Professor Dr. Shoikat Moitro, Chief Advisor, Dr. B.C. Roy Society, Durgapur, to share his thoughts on the future roadmap of 3D printing and additive manufacturing at BCREC. Sir, please.
Good afternoon. It's a occasion of immense pleasure to me, because my erstwhile colleagues two of our were very close, and still they are very close to me, Dr. Nabarun Bhattacharya and Dr. Lahiri. They are here, and this is a special occasion that one of the labs related to cutting edge technology and emerging technology has been initiated with the support from Government of India, from this local authority, Government of Bengal also, because Macau is a part of the state, state government academic initiatives, and this institute. So you see, this 3D printing technology, as Dr. Lahiri mentioned, I personally used to take interest in all sorts of cutting edge and emerging technology, and after 2010, I happened to read one article where one of the this problem related to brain, this mapping or brain, this fabric, this designing, because some people are suffering from certain problems, and how this problem is initiated inside the brain, that could not be diagnosed at that point of time. So one person, out of his may share interest and curiosity, and with some innovative ideas, he used one this normal printer for fabricating and designing into how this entire brain look likes. And probably he is Phil Chuck, who is the inventor of 3D printing technology. And after that, this it appeared in 2011 or 12 probably, but after that, with a quantum leap, this 3D printing technology that developed like anything, because many people after that seeing success of this, they initially, this was not so accepted idea, but after that many people used to take interest, and many universities, particularly US Ivy League universities, they designed and developed the laboratories. 2017, with my personal initiative, I took up a course from University of Illinois on 3D printing. And I came to know that there are immense potential of 3D printing in future context for all the disciplines. You see, the traditional way of fabrication, as Dr. Nabarun Bhattacharya mentioned, one of the way is the subtraction. There are a few other ways. For example, casting is one method, metal casting, and powder metallurgy, this is another technology. Those who are related to material engineering and metallurgy, they know that there are many ways how the shape is given. But the problem is in every occasion, fabrication of a device or item by traditional process, either by this polishing, grinding, cutting, or by pressing, or by this has got two aspects. These are, one is related to energy, another is related to environment. All I'm telling you, for all these young students and teachers also, all our efforts or research is directed towards how to reduce energy and how to save environment. So when we are talking about 3D printing or additive manufacturing, these two aspects, these conditions are satisfied. Because 3D printing, now energy requirement is relatively much less, and it is not creating any pollution while manufacturing any item. And the technology has so proliferated in recent time. In China, one small city has been constructed with the use of 3D printing. Because this building many makings and all these things, now these are happening with 3D printer, because they are big 3D printers, but this is the reality. That you can see, at many videos are available at YouTube, how 3D printers are used for making cars, making houses and all these things, big articles. It is not confined for making these small items. So there can be many avenues in civil engineering, in mechanical engineering and electrical engineering. You can have a bigger opportunity of conceiving certain things, designing certain things, and developing those things with this 3D printer. And this gives you a big opportunity, because you see, for any engineering projects, we need to create a prototype first. And after checking the prototype, this is called minimum viable product or MVP. After checking all these things, then if it is a successful thing, then we can go on further, developing that. So this is the process. So here the greatest advantage is if we think certain, these design related problems, and if we go for this fabrication of this with the use of 3D printers for developing this minimum viable products, then or prototypes, then it gives us more confidence in further scaling up all these things. So this is one of the biggest advantage in research. And as because initially at 2018, we at Macau one lab was developed for 3D printing, but that time metallic 3D printing was not a formidable thing. Metallic and ceramic 3D printing, because that requires this application of temperature. All the 3D printers that time, these were mostly polymer, these precursor based. And mostly, these decorative items people used to manufacture with 3D printer. Now, as Dr. Lahiri mentioned, in our archaeological restoration, India, one of the biggest potential of India is its heritage and legacy and archaeological evidences. We have lots of temples in dilapidated conditions, lots of these mosques, other places of historic importance in dilapidated condition. Many statues of ancient India, these are available but not in a complete form. But here the chance has come, we can blend artificial intelligence with 3D printing to give it a proper shape. How did it look like long time before? I am not sure, because you see, probably I was talking in the morning, you have seen the pictures of Kanishka. Head is absent. So is it possible to reconstruct? That is there's a challenge for the historian and archaeologist and all these things. But still, there are many statues and many these objects are available which became this damaged and deteriorated, either by man-made condition, man-made intervention, or with this natural in the natural course of time. But there's a chance of restoration of all these things. What China did, I can tell you, few years before, they restored the Great Wall. And how this Great Wall was restored? The Great Wall was restored by taking images, like the 3D scanner I have seen today at the lab only. They used many 3D scanner attached to drones that have taken images from different directions, and then they reconstructed everything as it was there, and then they completed this restoration part complete. So, but here the sad state of affair of us is here at our Calcutta Museum during this renovation and all these things. Certain statues, probably that was the lion statue of this Ashoka's era. That one piece was available at the Calcutta Museum, and one laborer was carrying it with utter callousness and carelessness, and that got dropped and got damaged. This news came, page 3 or page 4, a small, this is a small way, but this is a great loss. It is in that stage. If you visit Calcutta Museum, you will be finding that that piece is missing, and that broken parts they may have collected and kept at somewhere else. And when we are going for reconstruction, only we are using cement and mortar and giving it a this shape which is not akin or similar to that which was present at ancient time. So this is archaeological restoration. That is one part. Besides that, as because all these engineering firms in and around, they need this design and fabrication of very intricate machine parts. Here we can engage our researchers, our students, this entire laboratory to take up the projects from different these industries over here to support them in fabricating all these intricate shapes. And if it is a successful thing, then it can be a profitable these things for us also. And at the same time, For doing researches, for offering consultancy services, we can offer these prototypes and all these things and can, propose our solution. And if the sponsor agency agrees, then it can be further upscaled. So there are lots of potentials here. Robotics, drone technology. Here, components of robots, components of drones, all these things can be manufactured by 3D printing. And this is very much required. We do not have that sorts of facilities in many academic institutes at this part of the country. But I have visited many institutes at southern India and western India. They have developed those laboratories. Here, this is a big thing for us, that for the first time probably, of this high value added lab, with the support of these governments and all these things, we could develop over here. So we need to take best possible, these utilizations of all these labs, and for that proper planning is required. How best we can utilize it, how best we can justify of giving this project from university by MIT, by C.Tech to this institute, along with 8 other institutes at this state and all the state of Bihar, and how we can develop network and collaboration with other institutes as well. Because you see, all these institutes will be working with 3D printing. We will have a community, 3D printing researcher community. That sort of community is available worldwide. I can tell you, because of my small knowledge, one community of 3D printing, they are continuously designing and uploading the design formats at open source platform. Makers Club, Thinggivers, these are the very famous open source platform where these sorts of designs are available. You can take up this design, you can work on this design, and you can go for your customized product. Industry 5.0 is based on personalization and customization. Means my specs, my shoe, my everything will be different from yours. That is personalization, and that can be done even medicine. Customized polypill, that is also being 3D manufactured. So all these things are the potential possibilities. Only thing we need an intention. We start many things. It was said by Tagore. We start many things enthusiastically, but seldom we complete our taken projects. Most of the projects that, this either it dries up or dies in middle. So we cannot complete. So it depends on how we are completing it. That's why it is called, if the finishing is good, then everything is good. So we need to carry it forward with the promise and intention and conviction that it will be done. We need to organize several seminars, workshops, training programs for the enriching ourselves, how to take up different projects, how to utilize this laboratory, and that is required. And under the leadership of principal, I am very much convinced that can happen. Of all of us, render our services and support in this endeavor. So if we combine our hands and efforts, nothing is impossible. Today we have learned about Rafael and all these things, because from the morning in the television, the success of Rafael, many components of Rafaels are made by 3D printing. In militaries, they are using high precision 3D printing, big 3D printing for making these military items. And our DRDO, they are working on this. So in every spheres, every areas, in futuristic world, as emerging technology, form of technology, 3D printing has got immense potential. So let us utilize this. Let us engage our young minds, our students, to make them skilled, because future is, this appearing or posing us the challenge of, skill. Those who are skilled, those who are knowledgeable, they will survive only. So if we can acquire the right skill, futuristic skill, with sufficient background knowledge, then we can always prosper, we can always be successful. So with this, I am conveying my sincerest thanks to all of you. Congratulations to our principal, and sincerest thanks to Dr. Lahiri, Dr. Bhattacharya, Mr. Singh, this management of this General Secretary, this Treasurer, other faculty members. But we need to keep up this tempo. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing an ambitious and forward-thinking vision that will surely benefit our future generation. Every successful event stands on the collective efforts of many. To extend our heartfelt gratitude, may I now invite Professor Dr. Mrinmoy Chakraborty, Head AICTE Idea Lab and HOD ECA Department at Dr. B.C. Roy Engineering College, to deliver his vote of thanks. So please.
Hello. Okay. Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. First of all, I am given the interest to the task of giving thanks. Already other speaker also mentioned that regarding this project, and they have also said their ideas and all. First of all, I express my sincere thanks to the CDAC, Calcutta, and Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology for entrusting our institution for this project and for the implementation of the project titled as Finishing School Program on 3D Printing and Additive Manufacturing. We are thankful to Sri Asit Kumar Singh, Chief Investigator of this project, and also enlightening us for the project description and its objective. We are also privileged to have with us Professor Dr. Nabarun Bhattacharya, Director, School of Information Science and Technology, and Dr. Parthopratim Lahiri, Register Macaut. And we thank Maulana Abul Kalam Azad University, Calcutta, for extending active contribution and support for this project. I express my heartfelt thanks to General Secretary Sir and Treasurer Sir for their continuous support and engagement for this project, starting from AICTE Idea Lab to this project, and their support and cooperation for organizing this event. I am also thankful to Professor Soikat Makto Sir, Chief Advisor of our institution, whose mentorship and guidance helps us to reach new height of different academic and research projects of these institutes. Finally, my sincere thanks to Professor Dr. Sanjay S. Pawar for his continuous encouragement and support for implementation of all the projects, particularly in AICTE Idea Lab and different other departments in the institution. Thank you all. And finally, I thank all the head of the departments, Registrar Sir, our institute, Vice Principal Sir, and all the faculty members, and I expect their full support and cooperation for all the faculty and students of this institute for successful completion of this project. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for beautifully summarizing today's ceremony and acknowledging the contributions of everyone involved. With this, we come to the end and conclusion of this inaugural session today. May this program spark curiosity, ignite innovation, and shape the next generation of tech leaders in 3D printing and additive manufacturing. We thank you all for your kind presence and sincere participation. Thank you all and have a great day.
Attention students, those who have registered for this program, 3